So, we now have 3 complete. Rangers reach Elite, Air Towers reach Expert, as do Spawners. Now, will Golden Towers make the podium? I am going to attempt to beat every mode in TDX, from easy to ultra nightmare, using only Golden Towers in TDX. Now, before we begin, I do not have, and thus do not use, Golden Warship. Sure, this isn't proper, but does anyone really want to see a video about a pay-to-win tower cooking every mode? I don't think so. So let's stop waffling and begin. First off, easy mode. We choose to play on Singularity for its long and curvy path. Great for our towers. We start off with Golden Mobster for solid early game defence and to begin building our economy. We upgraded this tower to 0-2 and then placed 7 more of these to complete the full set of 8. Next, we save up for a 0-3 Golden Mobster, using this bounty ability to upgrade all of them to 2-3. We then upgraded a few of these to 2-4, just in time for the Plague Doctor to spawn. We proceeded to absolutely annihilate him, with the assistance of a few Golden Juggernauts. Easy complete. Next up, Intermediate. We again started with all 0-2 Golden Mobsters, soon upgrading them to 2-2, for our real firepower to begin. Next, we placed 2 emergency Golden Mine Layers at 2-2 around a quarter of the way along the path. I then upgraded a few Golden Mobsters to level 3, mostly bottom paths, just as the Predator arrived. Quickly, I spammed down Golden Rangers as bait, and got 3 Golden Juggernauts down. The Predator was shredded, allowing us to upgrade our Golden Mine Layers to level 4. The next few waves consisted of irrelevant upgrades to Golden Mobster, as we ultimately prepared for Eradicator Mark 1. As usual, it was no challenge. We maxed a Golden Mine Layer and spammed tons of Golden Juggernauts. Eradicator Mark 1 down, and Intermediate complete. Now, on to Elite. We have currently done 3 of these challenges. If Golden Towers could pass Elite, they would top Rangers off the podium. So, let's begin. We started off with Golden Mobster as usual, however, this early game was much more difficult to the Hordes. We thus prioritised getting all our Golden Mobsters down over economy, slightly delaying the 0-2 upgrades. This was no problem though, as we did still get them early. Things were looking much more stable now, and we placed a Golden Juggernaut to help clean up the knights that may have caused a problem. We upgraded it to 2-3, upgraded Golden Mobsters, and watched this tear through Hordes. Next, we began upgrading the Golden Mobsters to level 3. Placed another Golden Juggernaut and placed 2 Golden Mine Layers, bottom and top path. Now our defence was stable, I began working on Golden Rangers, as these were the key to our air defence in us beating Cyber Dragon. However, as we were doing this, some lava golems began moving along the path quickly. I dashed to the back of the map and prepared a Golden Mine Layer and a Golden Juggernaut, but it was no use. They slipped on through and we lost. I knew that Golden Ranger alone could beat Elite, as it was demonstrated in the Ranger Challenge, and thus I rewinded. I knew I could do better. I placed several Golden Juggernauts with a few Golden Rangers, and this time we decimated them. Boom. Now we had even more to deal with. I upgraded Golden Rangers for the Golden Grenade, allowing us to clump up enemies and do huge splash damage, and finally shredding them all down, just in time for the King and Queen. I knew these guys would be very tricky, as they featured a large amount of golden resistance. However, I remained confident and began the battle. I spammed several Golden Juggernauts, but it didn't look good. The duo of bosses were flying along the path, and we had barely damaged them. We rushed some defences along the path, but it was no use. We lost while they still had a combined total HP of over 100,000. Again, I rewinded. I was sure this was possible. This time, I heavily favoured quantity over quality of the Juggernauts, spamming down a ton. But again, it was no good. Their HP total was slightly lower at 80,000 this time, yet we still lost. I decided we need a new approach. This map clearly wasn't working, and I switched to my usual safety net, Baseplate Toilet. I started off with 8 Golden Mobsters at 1-2, annihilating all early waves and allowing me to save up for a Golden Juggernaut. This game was going noticeably easier so far, as we upgraded the Golden Juggernaut to bottom path and began upgrading our Golden Mobsters to 1-3. After this, we upgraded all Golden Mobsters to 2 in the top path and placed a few more Golden Juggernauts, this time in the top path for a higher range. After this, I began weighing up my options. The King and Queen were rapidly approaching. We had tried high quantity, and we had tried a mix of quality and quantity, so that I decided to try quality. Max top path Golden Juggernauts, while semi-expensive, did allow for us to ignore Golden Resistance, which could be the key to defeating the bosses. So, we began upgrading Golden Juggernauts to 5-2, and placed a couple of backup Golden Mine Layers as usual. Money was piling in, as was our army of G-Jugs. We tore through Hordes, all the way to Wave 27, where the King and Queen spawned. I spammed our Golden Juggernaut abilities, and we smoked each boss, King first, and Queen soon after. Easy. Now the rest of the game. I began upgrading Golden Mobsters and placing Golden Rangers to prepare for the Cyber Dragon. Soon enough it came, and I was really worried we lacked the defences to take it down. However, I was happily surprised with how wrong I was, as we again annihilated it. The rest of the game was a breeze. We made a few irrelevant upgrades and placements, but it didn't matter. Soon enough we were revived to play Dr. Plus. However, we had a massive problem. My arrogance led to a gigantic swarm filling the path, spawned by spectres, the boss and the waves. I had honestly never seen a horde this big, and our defences couldn't keep up. We lost. I rewinded knowing this was merely my ignorance. This time we targeted the spectres, killing them before they could become an issue. This meant that the boss was no problem this time, and he died around halfway along the path. Elite complete. Now it was time for Expert. I knew this would be a challenge as no tower had beaten it yet. I had mild faith in these towers and we begun regardless. I started off with a golden mobster at 0-2 to get my income going, followed by a ranger, which I rushed to 2-3 for flying detection. Now that air enemies weren't a problem, I began working on more golden mobsters, getting all 8 at 1-2, as well as another golden ranger. I then upgraded all golden mobsters to 2-2 for units. Next, I got all golden mobsters to bounty hunter and watched us tear down the enemies. It was looking really good, as the game had been really easy so far. I reinforced our defence with some golden juggernauts and more upgrades to golden mobsters, just in time for the predators. We smote these predators with minimal difficulty, but we now had a bigger issue. The trio of bosses were here. Artemis, Phoebus and Zeus were here. They slaughtered most of our defences, especially golden mobsters, leaving us with minimal DPS and almost no air defence. We took down Phoebus, but then Zeus and Artemis got through. We lost. My faith in these towers was rapidly dropping. However, I still maintained faith, and switched map to Super Secret Forest, a longer map with better placement spots. We followed the exact same strategy as last time, with golden mobsters, golden rangers, and this time, more golden juggernauts. We again breezed most enemies, reaching the predators, which we also demolished. We were now back at the big three again. Phoebus died relatively quickly. Soon after, Zeus did. Artemis was pushing far along the path, and a large portion of our defences were killed or left behind. I placed several golden rangers at the back, and by some miracle we did it. We killed Artemis, but now we had a new problem. As we continued the rest of the game, we had no defences, and very little money to replace anything. I placed golden mobsters and golden juggernauts, but it was pointless. We lost. Still hopeful, I rewinded. I thought the bonus cash and a better strategy could let us bypass this wave. I was wrong. Even with all golden juggernauts, we still failed. I did try once more on Outpost Forge, but I again lost to the trio of bosses. I forgot to record this, so sorry. I considered the video over, but then a new hope arrived. The TDX update, featuring the Golden War Machine skin came. I was one of the lucky few to have obtained this skin back when the Nightmare mode released. Now, I know this technically isn't a golden tower, but does it really matter? It basically is. With this new beacon of hope, I hopped straight back onto TDX, onto Expert, Super Secret Forest and tried again. We did our same start with golden mobsters, golden ranger and golden juggernauts. Everything went the same and simple, up until wave 27, when we placed our first golden war machine. First off, this skin is amazing, and the developers did a fantastic job. Anyway, I upgraded the war machine to 01, 02 and eventually 03. We now had a war machine on the path and I felt very confident. We annihilated the predators and placed a few more war machines. Now, we had to face the trio of bosses again. We began tearing through Phoebus, who did kill our golden war machine sadly. Phoebus died relatively fast though, and soon after, the other two fell as well. Unlike last time when we were left with nothing after these, we still had several golden rangers and golden war machines this time. It was actually looking really good. We cleared wave after wave in the horde of pilots. I began rebuilding golden mobsters and getting all golden war machines. I reached the VX drone, but this was very little issue. I next placed as many 5-2 golden juggernauts as I could. These bypassed golden resistance and did great work against most enemies. Most waves weren't an issue, until we reached the Destructor and his VX drone. The Destructor slowly trudged down the path, annihilating our golden war machines. The VX drone, with the Destructor tanking the damage for it, also destroyed several of our ground troops. They were unstoppable, and it was too late. We lost. I had a really strong feeling this was doable, so I tried a few more times. I lost at the trio of bosses once, specifically Artemis. I tried going back to baseplate toilet, but I lost again here to the trio of bosses. I tried again on Super Secret Forest, but lost to the horde of pilots. I tried again and lost to Zeus. I felt hopeless. I tried so many times and just kept losing. But I had one final trick up my sleeve. A Golden Z. This unit is again technically golden, and I went into another match. The game went the same, but again we lost to flying enemies, Artemis and pilots. I tried everything I could. I had used every golden tower, skin and unit I had. I don't have golden warship as I said, so I couldn't use that. It was just impossible. I think it may have a chance of being doable, to be honest, but this had already taken hours and hours, and I had lost willpower to try anymore. Golden Towers take second place, losing out to Air Towers who reached Eradicator Mark 2, and beating out Spawner Towers who couldn't reach Destructor. Rangers are also now knocked off the podium in 4th place. I will link these below in the description. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more fun and entertaining TDX challenges.